I've always joked about it, but it looks like they took that car with a big massive sanding block and produced this car. Basically just took all the sharp corners off it and made it all kind of roundish. This is a past customer. This is an FK8 if you're not familiar with all the chassis codes. So this one has a downpipe and I believe the front pipe. We're going to eliminate the front resonator. So let's bring it in and I'll show you what it looks like. One of the popular modifications that we've done to these cars that works really well is essentially eliminate this muffler and join this straight through here, utilizing this as a resonator. They actually sound pretty good. This has updated downpipe, and then the front pipe right there, you can see it through here, so that will increase sound. And this customer is a little bit like me. He doesn't think these cars sound that good, so he doesn't want it any louder than it has to be. Well, we're going to take one of these resonators out, and I'm not sure which one he wants to take out, the little one or the large one. So let me call him, see what he is thinking. All right, he just called us and said the front one, he thinks it's rattling, so we'll find out when we get it off. Can't really tell, but he said it's got a rattle to it. It's always better to do it in stages anyway, so if we do this and it don't make enough difference, we can always do that one next and see how it goes. There's the front resonator right there. We take it into the light, you can see it. It's just basically a little straight through muffler. So misconception, a lot of people go, is it a resonator or a muffler? Well, depends where you position it. They're pretty much the same design. Typically a resonator will be up front, muffler will be towards the back, but they essentially do the same thing. All right, we're gonna get just a cold startup, see if we can get a sound clip for you. Yep. Yep. Another steering wheel just came back. This one is for S2000 CR. I'll try and show you it. It's going to be here tomorrow. His wheel is pretty chewed up. This is rewrapped in Napa leather and then all new bright yellow stitching. I don't know why it shows up in this light. So I want to talk about handshake deals real quick. I'm not going to get too far into it, but one of them paid a full deposit and we sent it off. The other one was for a full build, and he was getting a large build, and he wanted the steering wheel in blue stitch, seat belts in blue, shift boot in blue stitch, which we have, brake cooling ducts, as well as a full package. But I ordered all that and paid for it on a handshake, because he gave me his handshake and he said that was a good a good deposit. And we even joked about the movie.
Big Enos's word is gold.
So there it is. It looks beautiful. So I'm one of those old school guys. If I give you my word, I shake your hand, it's a done deal. I'm old school like that, but I think it's very important. Not everybody is. So if you're a shop owner, get those deposits. That way, not only is the customer committing to doing it, they're covering your parts. That way you're not buying parts that you don't need. And as we've done in the past, if we've done something where it's a big build and someone halfway through goes, you know what, I'm done, I ain't got the money. Well, the parts that they've paid for, that's theirs. That way they don't lose all their money and you're not buying a bunch of parts that you don't need. So, FYI. We have a handful more of the Civic Type R shirts in the LHT store. Check them out, lhtperformance.com. These are high quality shirts. Buy jerseys. They're not the cheap shirts. Nice quality. Check them out, lhtperformance.com. Get them while they last. This is the last batch. If you saw me do the rebuild on that, it's still working absolutely perfect, and it's keeping a really good time. In fact, it's 7:56 p.m. I should be going home. I'm going to put this video together, and we'll see you on the next one. Here's an FK8 and an FL5 side by side for your view and pleasure. Both good looking cars, but what do you guys think about styling? My opinion is this one is a little bit harsh, this one is a little bit too soft. So if you had a volume control and this was at level 10, this one's like level 5. Not in a bad way, just this has the really harsh angles and it's pretty drastic. I'm not saying I don't like it, it's just a little bit too harsh for me. Where this one, they took all the harsh lines away to a point it's almost just rounded. Now, I don't say it's bad. I just wish that I mixed them up a little bit closer. That's just my opinion. I own this car, so I'm being unbiased. So many people will defend whatever they own. And not that this is a bad thing, but so many people, whatever car they have, that's the best one. Well, what do you guys think? Think this one is too harsh? There's a few areas that I like the look of it, a few areas it just looks a little bit dated. The interior on the FL5 I think is leaps and bounds, but the outside maybe a little bit more adult, I guess. I find so many times people will defend the car they own, which is kind of weird. I mean, I get it. It's like you should like what you drive. You shouldn't drive something and tell everybody how much you hate it, because if you do, you should get rid of it. But so many times, the car that someone drives is better than the car they don't own. Well, I see this in the S2000 world so many times. The guy that owns the AP1 tells everybody it's better than the AP2, and the guy that owns the AP2 says the same thing, and neither one of them have driven the other car, or if they haven't really driven enough to form an opinion. So this is my advice. Go drive one of these things. They're actually better than you think. They're not the old school Honda that don't rev to 8 grand. They're not raw. They're designed to be softer, designed to be quieter. Of course, they've got a ton of tech and a ton of safety features built in. It's just the way things are. And so many people have said, yeah, these things are getting huge. They are. I mean, I've been doing this since '96. I started working on CRX, Civics, Integras. I remember when the Prelude was a big car. We used to look at a Honda Prelude and go, wow, that thing is huge. Now, this thing dwarfs a Prelude. So it's just the way things are. But again, take my advice. Not just this one. Go drive an FK8. Go drive one. Form your own opinion. Don't listen to the opinions online or the people that are, you know, the armchair critics. Yeah, they always say the best quarterback is the guy that watches it every Sunday and never played the game. So does that mean I'm going to keep it long term? Probably not. But you never know. I'm always looking for something else. Oh, let me get that phone. Okay. All right, no problem. All right, bye-bye. So no problem. Customer is running late. They're stuck on I-4. So I understand things happen. It's just the customers that come 4 hours late is the ones that really cause issues.